The Lolo Body Bar by Barmaids is an addictive and oh so decadent head-to-toe moisturizer made with all natural skin-loving butters and oils. This amazing bar is most definitely one item that belongs in every fiber artist's stash. Working with yarns and fibers can be so rewarding even while it steals your moisture and leaves you raw. Lolo by Barmaids is luxurious, creamy, smooth, and so good for your skin. It's easy to use, and there's never any leftover residue that could destroy your latest masterpiece. Protect and soothe your capable, beautiful, creative hands. Trust me, just try the Lolo Bar. The results speak for themselves. Hi, and welcome to Knitting Blooms. Today is Saturday, June 2nd? Something like that. June 2nd, and this is episode number 57, and I have a studio audience today. Not only do I have the cats, but my friend Audrey is here. She stayed for Knit Club and decided to stay a little longer, so I asked her if she wouldn't mind if I recorded. So I'm going to record, and she's going to be my studio audience today. And I'm going to still try and keep the show a little shorter. Last week I tried to keep the show short, and I still ran for 50 minutes, so again, I guess I can talk. Anyway, I want to start off by welcoming everybody to the show. Thank you for watching, and I hope you're enjoying it. If you're new, welcome to the show, and if you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back and checking me out again. I would also like to thank Looney Hiker, who is Pat, for the gift of the slice of autumn spring this week she sent to me. I have a picture of it here on the iPad for you. It is a gorgeous half circle shawl, and I love it. It is one that I recently added to my my queue, and I don't know when I'll be able to knit it just yet, but I really enjoyed knitting the Citron, which was a half circle shawl, so I'm looking forward to knitting some more of those half circle shawls. And this one has a bit of lace in it, so yeah, I'm excited about that. So thank you, Pat, for that. I've already sent you a little PM on Ravelry, but it's always fun to hear your name on the podcast, so thank you for sending me that pattern. I want to clarify something from last week. Last week, I think it was last week when I was doing prize drawings. No, it was 2 weeks ago. I had an international winner, and there was, I don't know if there was some confusion or just that, I guess people were kind of feeling a little bit left out. And I want to make sure that everybody understands what I would like to do for the international winners. One of the main reasons that I'm changing how I do international winners is because, one, it's very expensive to ship internationally, and two, it takes a long time to get the product, to get the prize or whatever. I don't want to exclude international people from entering drawings or winning. That's not my intention at all. What I just want to do is be able to get them a prize quicker. Now, some people have mentioned that maybe if the international person wants to pay for shipping, if it's a prize that they want, or they can have the option to go the other route with the prize value as a pattern or as an Etsy shop. And I'm totally okay with that, because they mention things like loop or Wollmeise, which is very difficult to get, and if that is a prize that they should happen to win, they may be interested in just paying the shipping. So that's what I'm going to do. I will have the prize that they were initially going to get, and if it's a prize that they want and they're willing to pay for the shipping, then they can do that and get the prize. I don't know, I guess, yeah, I'll just do that. And then if they would rather get something from their Etsy shop, from an Etsy shop of their favorite Etsy shop, or a pattern, then they get that choice. Actually, I'm not really sure if that's what I want to do. I just feel like then I should have let all of the winners choose what they want. So I don't know. You let me know what you think is best. I don't know. I want everybody to have an equal opportunity to win, but for me, international shipping is a lot of work for me because I have to go to the post office to do it, number one, and sometimes I can't always get to the post office in a timely manner. With domestic shipping, I can get it out the next day because I can just print it online and it's fine. But international is a little different because you have to do the customs forms. Maybe I'm putting too much, maybe I'm, making a mountain out of a molehill. I don't know. I just find international shipping to be difficult, but I don't want the international people to lose out on getting a chance to win. So if you are an international person to the United States, can you contact me and maybe I can take a majority rules kind of thing? Do you like the idea of having your choice of having an Etsy shop in your area that I would order something for you, or you can pick and choose what you want, or the pattern giveaway? You guys tell me what you think is most appropriate. So I just wanted to clarify that. Yeah, that's it. International winners. I want them still be able to have a chance to win. Okay, so let's talk about the April and May knit-along. We did the knit-along with the 2 shawls and 2 socks. And now I can't remember how many people. Oh yeah, 29. There was 29 posts. I don't think there was 29 projects that were posted because I think that a couple people accidentally posted in the wrong thread and then realized that and deleted their post. But there was 29 entries into that thread. Let me see if I can jump over there real quick and just take a look and see if I can see how many pictures, how many projects. They all were very cool. There's 26 images, 27 projects. I don't think there was 26 images, 17 projects. I think there was more than 17, but not quite 26 because some people had 2 pictures in their post. But anyway, there was 29 posts. So I have already drawn the numbers, and let me show you the prizes before I give the winners. The first one is this book called A Guide to Knitting, and it is by Nancy Queen and Mary Ellen O'Connor, and it's Learn to Knit with more than 30 cool, easy patterns. And I'm sure most of everybody is already a knitter, so you don't really have to learn to knit, but there are some cool patterns in here. Just a simple scarf. Is it? Yeah, it's just a simple garter stitch scarf with some fringe. Let's see. Some dishcloths, a basket weave scarf, a cool belt, a triangular shawl. They're simple patterns, but they're very nice patterns. Oh, this is a cool bag. It's a felted bag. A little shell, a bulky sweater, lots of very cool things. Another felted bag. I love those felted bags. A needle, oops, a needle case, and another sweater. This one looks kind of cool. So this is the book, and there's more projects in here as well. Another shawl, a little dog sweater. And the winner of this book is K Michigan. That would be Kathy. And I just had an opportunity to meet her, what was it, last week? At the Spinning Guild meeting in Royal Oak. So, congratulations, Kathy. You have won this book. So, get in contact with me with your address, and I will send that to you. Unless, of course, you think you might come to a knitting club sometime soon, which won't be until next month. So, just call me or get in contact with me, and I'll ship it to you. Because I probably will try and go to the Spinning Guild meeting next month, but then it's still a month away. So that's the first prize. The second prize is this skein of the Challenging Yarn by Highland Handmaids. It is her silver maple sock yarn, and it's 425 yards, 60% superwash merino, 30% bamboo, and 10% nylon. And I have 2 skeins of this. I bought 2 skeins because I thought, oh, I needed 2 skeins. But do I really need 2 skeins? Probably not. So I am going to give this to one lucky winner who is number 27, and that is I Rock Knits. And her name is Corey, and she is in Victoria, Minnesota. So congratulations, Corey. You have won the Challenging Yarn. It's awesome, and I can't wait to knit mine up, but I really don't need to, so I'm going to give it away. So congratulations to both of you for winning, and thank you for participating in the knit-along. I should have looked to see what projects you guys did. If I was smart. Okay, so let's go to, let's look at number 27, because I'm on that page right now. So, Corey, this is what, Corey did the Pamua shawl, and my Pamua shawl is still not blocked, because I've been lazy this week. I have been back in my bedroom, my half-finished bedroom, for a week, but still not blocking. But she did the Pamua shawl, and that's her project. It's beautiful. She used 2 different colors, and she changed at certain spots, and that looks very cool. I'm sure that I will want to knit this project again and do something similar to that, because a lot of people did that where they changed colors, and it looked very cool. And then let's go to the first page and look at number 16, which is Kay, Michigan. Number 16, and she did the Effervesce socks, and I think her son is I'm still getting used to this iPad. Her son is modeling them for her, so very cool. I am still working on my Effervesce socks, and I will show them to you shortly. So congratulations to both of you for winning. And again, thank you for joining the knit-along. Next month we have the Charity June. And it's any charity project that you want. Baby preemie hats or mother bears, snuggles, you name it, whatever. I did want to announce another charity who, Lavender Bear, who also does a podcast, Lavender Bear's Tea Time. She works in the foster care system, and I think it's July. I don't know if I can't remember if she said they were doing some kind of special event for foster care families, but she's collecting toys to be able to give to the foster care kids. So I don't have a specific link. I could probably link her podcast or her Ravelry page, and you can get in contact with her for more details. But I know she's trying to collect toys for the foster care, and I think she wants them in her hands. I think the event is in July, I think. So I guess I should have made more information on the charity, but I was watching her podcast and I'm like, oh yeah, I should do that, and then I'm like writing my show notes and I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta mention that, but then I don't have all the information. So maybe I'll try and look up that information and post it in my show notes when I post them tomorrow. So yeah, so if you want to join along and knit a a toy or preemie hats or chemo caps or snuggles or mother bears, whatever you want to knit. And Michelle also, my friend Michelle mentioned today that she is going to be knitting some dishcloth. She works at a hospital, and they knit dishcloths for the homeless patients, and they give and actually it's not a dishcloth, it would be a washcloth for them, but they give the washcloth and a bar of soap to any homeless patient that comes in. So I'll probably knit a couple of washcloths for them as well. So that's what I'm going to be doing in June. And a couple of the prizes for June for that knit along are going to be some stitch markers, which I showed you a few weeks ago. I'm not sure which stitch markers they're going to be. They could be the cupcakes or the s'mores or the breakfast stitch markers or the cookies. I'm not sure yet. One of those sets is going to be a prize, and another prize is going to be $10 or less pattern on Ravelry, and the last prize is going to be $20 to your favorite Etsy shop. So there you go. Those are the three prizes that are going to be for the knit along for June. So join in, and you get an entry for every single project that you do. So if you do 6 preemie caps, you can enter each one of those preemie caps separately. And same goes for toys or mother bears or snuggles or what have you. So each one of the projects that you finish, you can post in a separate post in that charity thread, the pictures only thread, and then make sure you link to your charity and post a picture of your finished object. And then that drawing will be, for some reason, I think there's going to be a cutoff early on that one. Let me just double check the date for the end of June, just so that nobody's caught off guard. Yes, June 30th is a Saturday. So when I record on June 30th, I will be drawing the winners. You must post your pictures by the 29th of June, so you do not get through the midnight on June 30th. They must be posted on the 29th of June, because when I get up on the 30th of June, if I record at 7 o'clock in the morning, that thread is going to be closed. So make sure you post your pictures by the 29th of June to be entered into that drawing. I'll try and remember to remind you guys every week about that. Yeah, so that's going to be our knit along for June. And then starting, what day is, I think, Tour de Fleece will start on June, oh good, it starts on June 30th. So we'll be starting that knit along from June 30th to July 22nd. Actually, it's not a knit along, it's a spin along. So there will be prizes for that as well. So that will be perfect. Okay, now that we got that prize out of the way, let's talk about barmaids. Barmaids is fabulous. We have one more week of prizes for barmaids, and then that's done. So this will be your last week to enter, unless Barmaids decides to extend their sponsorship. But I still have not ordered my face pudding. I am like scraping the bottom of the jar. I need to order some. In fact, every day that I use my face pudding, I say, today I'm going to the website and I'm ordering 2 face puddings so that I have a backup. And every day, I forget. You know, I get going on my day, and it's going to be the day after I finish the last scrape off the bottom that I finally order it. Because I can't be without that stuff. I love that face pudding. If you haven't tried it, I know it's expensive, but at least try a sample. I highly recommend the I Want It All package, and the Vitamin Rich Plus 20, I think it is the one I like. So I highly recommend trying it out. If you haven't tried the product, get the I Want It All package. I thought I was stepping on something on the floor. Get the I Want It All package. You can try the Lolo bar, the O for Feet's Sake, the Lolo lips, the face pudding, and I think the cuticle cream might be in that as well. But definitely try the face pudding. Like I said, I like the plus 20 vitamin rich formula. They have a plus 50 and they also have a basic. But yeah, so try Barmaids. And the winner of our Barmaids for this week is number 9, and that is Caterpillar. And that would be Kate from North Wales, Pennsylvania. So congratulations, Kate. You are the winner of the $15 off coupon for this week. So get in contact with me on Ravelry, and I will send you the coupon code for that. So, yay, Barmaids. Alright, let's see what's next. I didn't put my finished object on here because I just finished it like 20 minutes ago. Well, maybe more than that, but let me write it on here so I don't forget to put it on my show notes. So, my finished object is dishcloths. I love the dishcloths, or washcloths, or whatever. They're so quick. I can get 2 of them out of a 57-gram ball of sugars and cream. They're easy, they're quick. I love using them now. I can't live without them. I am, all these ones that I'm making with, that aren't like Frankenstein ones, they're going to be for someone. Maybe I'll give them to the hospital for their homeless patients, or I will save them for little housewarming gifts or whatever, hostess gifts. So another 2 washcloths are complete. That's my FO of the week. Knitting. I did some knitting this week. Not a huge amount, but a reasonable amount. I worked on my Just Ducky socks. Actually, I don't think I did much on that one. This one, I did like 4 rows, and I was almost at the heel, so this happens every week. It's because I take the things out of my bag and shove them back in, and then take them out and shove them back in. So on this sock, I only had a couple more rows to the heel. And I thought about doing the heel, but I thought, nope, I just got to start the second sock. So I did start the second sock. Maybe it was yesterday at work. I can't remember. I think it was yesterday at work. I started the second one. I'm still working on the toe. I have a few more increases to go, but there's the second one. It's a tiny little thing, and my cable is all twisted. So yeah, that's coming right along. I love the yarn. Again, I believe this was the Knit Picks bear that Kagi TM of the High Fiber Diet dyed at Knittopia this year. We were doing some trial with the self-striping, and let me tell you, self-striping is hard. Buy it from the great Etsy dyers who do all the self-striping. I highly recommend that versus doing it yourself, unless you have lots of time and don't know what to do with it. Me? No. I have lots of things to do with my time, and scanning up self-striping yarn is not one of them. So those are my Just Ducky socks. They're coming along, not as quickly as I would like, but I've been doing other things, which you will see very shortly. I did work on my Effervesce socks. Well, I should say sock. I have not started the second one yet because I'm still concerned that here we go again with the twisting everything. I'm still concerned that they might be too tight as I go up the leg. So I'm kind of just winging it. And I'm going to take this stitch marker out because that one was for my daily progress. But that's how much I got done this week. A few repeats. Well, it's not really a repeat, but anyway, that's the front. And there's the back. I do love the pattern. I am finding that working these cables, so many cables, and on this Wollmeise is hard on my hands. I just took this stitch marker out, but I did from here to where my finger is right there in one day, and I had to stop. I just had to stop because my hands were just getting, it was really hard on my hands. So I stopped and I did a few stitches or a few rows the next day, but not as many as I would have liked. I did start these on size 0, but after I got to the leg, I did increase to a size 1 because again, I'm concerned that with the increased cables, that it's going to start to cinch in more and it's going to be too tight on my leg. So what I've been doing is I've just been working a repeat or so and then trying them on. If they start to feel that they're getting a little too tight, I might go up to a 1.5. I'm just playing it by ear. Right now I'm on a 2.25, and if I have to go up to a 2.5, I have that needle right here in my bag, all ready to go if that's the case. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't started the second sock, because technically I could start the second sock because the foot is all done in the 0. And maybe once I get up a little farther, when I'm adding another cable in, I'll need a break from all the cabling and I'll want to go back to the stockinette on the bottom of the foot and the less pattern on the top. Knowing me, I'll end up doing the right foot twice. Or, yeah, in this case, this would be my right foot because technically I'm using the left foot chart, but like everyone else, I feel like this cabling should be on the outside of my foot versus the inside of my foot. So that's how I'm planning on wearing them. So I'm calling this my right foot, although it's the left chart that I'm working on. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I'll get at least this much progress on this sock next week, because it really is a simple pattern. It's just a matter of working on it. I've been spending a lot of time this week trying to get higher video quality, so I'm hoping today you're seeing a higher video quality. I still have not been able to export in HD with iMovie. In fact, I'm planning on getting in touch with Steve and Diane, because I know both of them use Mac, and I'm pretty sure that Diane just uses the medium export, which is what I have typically been using. But I am going to ask them if they would do an experiment for me on their off time, because I think it's an iMovie thing. I don't think it's a My Computer thing, and I just want to see what their results are. So, Steve and Diane, get ready for me to contact you this week. I may have already contacted you, but I want you to do a little experiment for me. So yeah, that's my Effervesce socks. I did work on the Fornicating Reindeer hat, and I finished the outside. So there it is. It looks very sharp in these blacks and browns, and the camera is just really crisp with them. So the outside is done. I was going to start the inside, where here's my provisional cast on. And I have to pick up the stitches, and then I knit the inside down this way, and then it just stuffs inside. But that is the outside, and it is done. I forced myself, yeah, really, I did. I forced myself to finish at least this part this week. There are some patterns that I like to do more than once, and some patterns, once I do them once, I'm done with them. This is kind of one of those patterns. I think if I did this again, I think I would find a different pattern for the outside, because really, I'm not real excited about this one. And really, oh yeah, I guess that is right. I'm looking at this thinking, this is not right. I was thinking I screwed up the pattern. But no, I think it's right. But I like it. It looks really sharp, the pattern, with the little stars, but it's not all that fun to knit. It goes quick, but So hopefully this week I will get the other part knit up or started. Again, I'm going to pick up the provisional cast on. The inside, or the Fornicating Reindeer part, is going to be, the background will be the tan and the black will be the reindeer. So hopefully that'll get started this week. And that will be one less thing on my to-do list, because I don't want things that I have to do. That's why I haven't been doing any knitting for hire. I do still have one more beaded beret that I have to do for knitting for hire. Again, it's not like any time deadline or whatever, so I'm not too gung-ho about getting it done. Maybe when I finish the this hat, I'll start the beaded beret. I got another Knitties My Bag bag, and it's the big one. I love it. It's huge. I could almost fit in this bag. It's monstrous. Lois, I love this bag. I could not decide which fabric I wanted, so I asked Lois to pick a pattern for me and just make me a bag and send me an invoice. She was kind of nervous about picking the fabric, but because I'm predictable, she said it wasn't that hard. But I love this large bag. I have the medium bag, and I love the medium bag, but I could fit an Afghan in this bag. This bag is monstrous. It's huge. And in this monstrous bag, I have the starting of my Inishbeg, I think is how you say it. And I'm not really sure how I like it. I like the pattern. I'm not sure how I like the gauge. I'm getting gauge based on how the pattern is written. But it seems a little too loose for me. I can hold it up, and I don't think you can see it, but I can hold it up and I can see through the fabric. And we're talking about, and I think it's I want to say it's Aran weight yarn. So it's heavy. This is a size 10, and I'm pretty sure that I switched to the size 10. No, it must be a size 10 and a half. I'm pretty sure I switched to the 10 and a half needles. But I don't know if I like it. I might knit up a few more rows. The ribbing isn't so bad, because the ribbing comes together, but the seed stitch is a little bit more open, and I can see through it. Now, granted, when it's on my arm or when it's on my body, you're not going to be seeing light, because my body is not made of light. So you're not going to be seeing light behind the fabric. So maybe I'm making more of it than it is, but I don't know. I haven't decided if I like it or not. Maybe I need to knit the back or the front instead of a sleeve to decide. It's probably fine. I'll probably leave it, because if I don't like it, I'll wear it at Reindeer, and then I'll give it to somebody wonderful, and they will love it, I'm sure. But I haven't done that much on it, because I was trying to decide if I wanted to go for a smaller gauge and to just knit a larger sweater. I'll decide sometime between now and when I pick it up again. So, yeah, so we'll decide on that. But that is at least started. And I have my other needles in here, so I can double check to make sure that I'm on the larger needles, because I do have a tendency to forget to change. But, yep, I am on the right size needles. So not much progress on this, but I do like the arms, doing the arms first, mostly because for some reason the arms are not that fun. And when you finish the front and back, you feel like you've accomplished so much, and then you're like, oh, I gotta do the arms. So I'm doing the arms first, and hopefully then when I do the body, it'll be like flying through, and then the sweater will be done. So the arms are being done first. And I love my Knitting's My Bag bag, my large bag. It is monstrous. It really is. If you have not tried the big bag, try it. I love that big bag. Okay, so those are my knitting projects. I have a couple of pending projects that I'm going to start. Naughty, naughty me. Because I was doing so good with keeping the number down. But now I'm going to start 2 new projects. One I might hold off on, but one I'm not going to hold off on. Some of you may already know about the Knitting the Loops, Through the Loops Mystery Cow. It started yesterday. I downloaded the pattern. I bought the pattern. I think the pattern is, it's either $2 or $4. And I forget because there's also the Wendy Knits pattern, which is either $2 or $4. And then whatever the pattern is, it's going up in price. Both of them are going up in price after the cow. I think the Through the Loops knit along, the price is going up today. But the knit along started yesterday. I think with the Wendy Knits knit along is you can buy the pattern through the knit along, and then after the knit along is over, then the price goes up. Anyway, I'm doing the Through the Loops knit along because I really want to do the Wendy Knits Summer Solstice knit along, but I'm not too excited about the nups. Probably will do it anyway, but I'm not looking forward to the nups. Anyway, the Through the Loops started yesterday. I have looked at the pattern, but obviously haven't done anything because this is the yarn I'm going to use. This yarn is creatively dyed yarn in the Society colorway, and this was gifted to me by Laura Lolly T at Knittopia. This was one of my hostess prizes, and it is fabulous. It's a single, and it's obviously my color. I love it. Now, this is weird. This says Colorway Society, but on the side it says Sammy Queen. So what is that? I don't know. Anyway, it's 100% superwash merino, approximately 510 yards. And this is what I'm going to use for my Through the Loop shawl, the mystery shawl. And maybe I will cast on this week. I hope so, because those mystery shawls, if you don't stay on top of them, they get a little out of control. So, and usually the first couple of weeks of a mystery shawl go quick because you have short rows. So I will probably wind this up and cast on later today or maybe tomorrow. But this is one of my next projects that I'm going to be working on. And I am going to the dark side with everybody who is doing the Color Affections shawl. I've been watching Diane work on hers, and she talks about how much she loves it. It's all garter stitch. It's such an easy pattern. I'm sure it's probably one of those things that you can just sit and relax and not have to think about. Well, Diane had gifted me that pattern for my birthday. And since she started it, I've been thinking about it, and I'm thinking, no, I really can't add another project. Well, I placed an order with Knit Picks yesterday for some stroll yarn. I ordered 2 different colorways, 2 different color combinations, because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to use. And I'm still not sure because it will all depend on how I ordered tonal and glitz. And it will all depend on how the tonal colors work together. The pictures on the website, they look awesome. I ordered a turquoise, a purple, and a gold. On the website, they look awesome together. Who knows what they're going to look like in person? Because we all know that sometimes pictures on the web lie. And if that does not work, then I'm going to use the glitz. And I ordered that in the bright pink, gray, and black. So either way, I will have yarn for Color Affection shawl. I would prefer to use the tonal because I think having the tonal colors will look really cool. But if those colors don't go together all that great, then I will use the pink, the gray, and the black glitz. So we'll see when it arrives. I probably will get it in the next couple days because I did order for the fast shipping, because like everything else, I want it yesterday. So maybe I'll have that started this week, maybe I won't. And I love the Stroll yarn from Knit Pick, so whatever I don't use for the Color Affections will become some other wonderful project because I love that yarn. I have 2 skeins of the tonal. In fact, I was going to use the tonal green and pink, which I already have in my stash. And there's another color, I think it's called Pearlescence or something. It's like a very pale, it's like different shades of white. How you can have different shades of white, I don't know. It's like a white and off-white, and that's what I was going to use, but that's back ordered until August 25th, and when I get something in my head, I want to start it now. And if I could have ordered that white, I probably would have just ordered the white and then used the pink and the green that are already in my stash. So maybe I will have 2 Color Affection shawls at some point. So it would be better for me to go ahead and use the glitz, and then I could use the tonal on the next one, but we'll see how it goes. So those are the 2 projects that I'm planning on starting in the near future. So let's talk about spinning. I'm already almost half hour or 45 minutes in, so we gotta hurry because I want to keep it under an hour. Okay, so spinning. I'll talk fast. Giggle jelly, done. I love it. I plied up 2 of the bobbins, and it's still kind of wet. 2 of the bobbins last weekend, and I plied up the last bit today because I had 1 bobbin that was was a lot lighter than the rest of them, and so I had to make some adjustments. So here is the first skein, and this is approximately 300 yards. And it bloomed amazingly when I soaked it. And this is the second skein, and this one is about, I want to say 500 yards, about 500 yards. And it is awesome. I love it. And it is still a little bit damp. But when it came off the bobbins, it was amazingly balanced. I did not thwack this at all. I put it on the nitty knotty and wound it up and then soaked it. It is taking a lot longer to dry than normally it takes to dry, and I don't know if it's because of the silk or I don't know what it is, but it's still a little damp. Normally it would dry a lot quicker. I skeined these up Thursday night and soaked them, and I thought for sure they would be dry on Friday. They weren't. And I thought, okay, they're not dry on Friday, but maybe they'll be dry on Saturday. Nope, they're still a little damp. But it's fabulous. I love it. So this bobbin, like I said, I had to move some fiber around, some singles around on the bobbins so I could still continue to 3-ply. So what I did was I took the one bobbin that had very little yarn or singles left on it, and the other bobbin that had a lot on it. I weighed them all out, weighed the 3 bobbins, the one in the center, and then I tried to make the other 2 the same weight. And what I did was I just tied on the single from the big bobbin to the little bobbin and ran it through the wheel without adding additional twist. If you spin fast enough with enough break on your bobbin, the bobbin won't keep spinning and it will just keep winding on. That's how it does with my woolly winder. Now, I'm guessing it's going to be the same way if you don't have a woolly winder and then you just have to keep changing the hooks. But I just whooshed it right onto the other bobbin and then had fairly equal bobbins. I did still have a tiny bit left on 2 of the bobbins. It's probably maybe 10 yards on this bobbin. And this one I Navajo plied. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to need it. I think I'm going to have enough for what I need on these 2 skeins and this bobbin. But this is like kind of like a backup if I need it. I don't think I will. But what I did when I spun these off onto the bobbins, I did that Sunday and Monday of last week. But I let them sit on the bobbins. I did not ply them until Thursday. So they sat on the bobbin. So I'm wondering, just like when you have to let your singles set overnight to kind of let them rest, by letting the plied rest, that's why it came out so balanced. Because truly, every other thing that I've plied before, I take off of the bobbin, I ply it, and I immediately put it on my nitty knotty because I just want to see it off the bobbin. And it goes from this to, and it just like, just scrunches right up, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I way overplied this. I think I've spun everything else the same way that I spun this, and this was perfectly balanced when I took it off. And the twist is excellent. I really, really love it. And this again is my Giggle jelly in the cherry colorway. So that was fun. And on Monday, after I finished plying the first two bobbins, I needed a break from plying. So I pulled out the Fat Cat knits. Remember, if you've been watching for a while back, I couldn't decide how I was going to spin this, and I was going to 3-ply it with some white to tone down the colors. Well, I decided, no, I'm not going to. And I spun almost 6 ounces. I think it ends up being about 5 3/4 ounces. I spun and plied 5 3/4 ounces of yarn since Monday. That's amazing. I see Diane, she's spinning like crazy. Even Steve, who spins on a spindle, seems to spin 1,000 times faster than me. Now granted, I'm spinning cobweb lace singles with this Giggle jelly. And it took forever. It took over a month to spin 4 ounces. Crazy. And I spun almost 6 ounces and plied it in less than a week. And I love it. I haven't taken it off the bobbin. I just spun it up today. I just plied it, I should say. I finished spinning it last night. So between Monday, Tuesday, I spun the first 3 ounces, or almost the first 3 ounces, and then Wednesday, Thursday, I guess Wednesday through Friday, because I finished finished spinning it last night, I spun the second 3 ounces. Now, let me tell you what I did. I decided that I want to spin for a sweater. And in order to spin for a sweater, I need to know what size yarn I need. So I pulled out my handy dandy little iSpin toolkit. And I decided that I wanted to get a sport weight yarn with 20 wraps per inch. Now, I haven't tested this to see if I got that, but I feel like I did much better at being consistent and getting a heavier weight yarn. So there is a calculator on here called Single Whip WPI from Final Yarn WPI. So you enter the number of plies that you want, and in this case it was 2, and the final yarn whips per inch that you want, and in this case it was 20. And you click done, and it comes back and it tells me I need to spin my singles at 28.28 wraps per inch in order to get a final yarn at 20 wraps per inch. So I took out my handy dandy little card. I did not use the whips per inch that's on this app because I find it hard to use. I have one of those plastic cards that just have the lines on them, and I used that. And I just, as I was spinning, I would just put the card under there and just make sure I was spinning the right weight. and I spun up and plied this in less than a week. Almost 6 ounces. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm so excited. This is the little tiny bit that I had left over of one of the bobbins, so I pretty much balanced it out pretty good. I think this was actually on the bobbin before I realized, oh, maybe I should weigh the fiber and make sure that I have equal bits. So, and what I did with this one, usually I split the fiber down the middle and then try and weigh it out. This time what I did was I took the braid, which I'll show you on this one. I took the braid, actually I took it out of the braid, but for purposes of being able to see on the podcast, I folded it in half and I broke it in half right there. And then I weighed it to make sure that this side was the same weight as this side. And if I needed to add a little bit one way or the other, I did that. So that's what I'm planning on doing with this. This is my Spin Monkeys, who is, by the way, the featured dyer this week, which I forgot to mention. It's on my show notes and I forgot to mention it. Spin Monkeys is the featured dyer this week, and there is a thread on the group, and you can enter to win a skein of yarn, which I also did not bring over here. I was trying to hurry. Anyway, but I am planning on spinning this next, and my goal, this was to spin a sport weight 20 wraps per inch. Now my goal for this one is to spin a DK weight at 16 wraps per inch, because I need to get consistent so that when I start to spin for a sweater, I can spin the whole sweater at the same weight. So I will probably start this later today, and this one I'm going to 3-ply, so I'm going to actually Navajo ply this, so I won't be splitting into separate bobbins, or separate bobbins, but I am planning on still breaking up the fiber. I'm going to vertically break it up because there's bits like here that are a little bit lighter than the rest of it, so I want to break those up a little bit and have smaller sections. So when I Navajo ply it, I don't have one huge section of just the lighter color. But I'm very excited to be able to spin this up and to be able to give you my honest opinion about the Spin Monkeys fiber. I love the colorways. I love the yarn. I also ordered some other Spin Monkeys fiber, which will probably be a prize for Tour de Fleece, which is coming up in June. In fact, let me show you the Spin Monkeys Etsy shop really quick, because she is the featured designer, and there is a thread on the group to enter to win that skein of yarn that she has donated. Here is some of the items in her shop. She also let me know that she has an update that's going to go up on Thursday, June 7th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I think it's 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see if it's in her shop. Yep, 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So go and check out her shop. This is one that I'm looking at, and I keep looking at it and thinking, I just need to buy this one. This is the Dried Roses BFL and Silk, and I'm seriously thinking about getting it. But do I really need more pinks or reds or whatever? Not really. I probably should go for something that's out of my comfort zone. So we'll see what I decide I need to get. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to spin this week. I'm going to spin the Spin Monkeys, and I'm very excited. This is the Mixed BFL, which today I learned from Kagi TM, who joined us via Skype for Knit Club. That Mixed BFL is BFL that is white and dark, light and dark, which is why some colors are a little bit different. I guess you can kind of see more in the lighter areas where you can see a darker BFL So that'll be interesting for me because I've never spun a mixed BFL. So I'm interested in seeing how this goes. I'm very excited about spinning this up and giving it a shot. And then I can tell you about it next week. I almost broke it up before the podcast and started doing it today, but I thought I want to show you in the braid and everything. So I'm very excited. So that is going to be on the wheel soon. Probably today. This I'm going to put on my Nitty Knotty probably tomorrow. I'm going to let it rest today because, like I said, I just finished plying it today. I will let it rest today. I will put it on the Nitty Knotty, get it soaked, and be able to show you this Fat Cat Knits. Did I tell you that before? This is the Fat Cat Knits that I started a while ago. Yeah, so this is the Fat Cat Knits, and it is the Daisy colorway. In fact, I think I might be purchasing more of this because after seeing this little bit, I was so worried about the pink in this being so overpowering. But when it's done like this, this is just a single that I did not ply up afterwards. But it is so pretty. The other colors really balance it out quite a bit. When it's plied up like this, you can really see the pink on this outside one. The pink is definitely the dominant color. So I am interested to see how it would look if I just Navajo plied it and let the pink go where it may. So I'm seriously considering about buying another bump of this fiber in this colorway just to see how it would be different. I almost did. I went to the website earlier and almost clicked the buy button, but I walked away because I have so many other fibers that I could be spinning up. That, do I really need to spin the same color twice right away? Probably not. And even if I bought it right away, I probably wouldn't spin it right away. So I'm going to wait. If I can hold out, I will. If not, I will be buying it this week. So that's spinning. I have two quick stash enhancements to show you, but it's going to be quick because Diane and Amy from Spinning in Circles have shown you these. These are again from Gnome Acers, and I got the Franklin, which is this one, and the Froggy Monkey yarn because Diane and Amy are doing a joint knit along in July. They're currently doing a joint spin along for the fiber in these same colors from Gnome Acers, and in July they're doing a knit along. And I have the fiber, I have the I have the Franklin fiber, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to spin it up between now and then. I probably could spin it up. If I'm spinning 6 ounces in a week, I probably could spin it up and it's not a problem, but I don't know if I will or not. So I bought the yarn, so if I decide to do the knit along with them, I can knit the yarn instead of having to spin the fiber. So that is my stash enhancement for this week. Real quick, I wanted to mention a new podcast that I watched this week. I have been trying to keep up again this week. I've fallen behind the last day or so again, but this week I learned about Knit and Spin for Fun. I heard about it from Diane from Knittables, and this podcast is done by Kirsten I think it is. She knits and spins and sews, and she is a young girl who just wants to show off what she does. So she was very cute, and I don't know how old she is. She might have mentioned that in the first episode. I was trying to do multitasking while I was watching. I might have to go back and watch the first episode again. But yeah, I think it's very cute that she knits and spins, and it's fun to see the younger generations get into all of that stuff too. So she's very cute. I don't know if she has a normal day that she's going to be recording or not, but I have already linked it on my sidebar, so go and check out Knit and Spin for Fun. And I think that's all I have for you today. I was trying to rush through the last part, and I think I'm still close to an hour. Damn! Anyway. Alright, well, everybody have a great week. Bye for now. Hope your knitting blooms. See you later.